te ewase efamame live on YouTube. What is the Tofiakwa TV on YouTube and also Time TV also on Facebook and at the same time on YouTube. Share, like it, na subscribe it, na efamame na bibia intimi enkoye medin. And the big brother GH the Maestro mene abrantepa ya success in the AD Jumedi. On the time it ya OP pianema edit to suma mena bibia timi ekoye edema fidi iso. It's no and then you bedin komo. But over these particular weekends, and I say free Sundays, Monday, a lot of stories need to be trending. I was sending the whole update it me at the bro. But the first headline I was sending the bro is about Shatawale Enra. The self-acclaimed dancehall king in Ghana, Shatawale Enra, and I say Enrechi, yes, Yoko, boss Raymond Archer, it's me a Pekino. Or the call, I mean, the office, echo to tone, and no cry, but per reporting in summer, a woman said, Shatawale, over last week or last 2 weeks, may be breaking some name may be down. As the reason why Shatawale will be wanted by the Iyoko, that is the boss Raymond Archer. Come no be first will be invited Shatawale, Amanaba Iyoko office. No to me, I proceeded some sort of investigation. I mean, any Raymond Archer or one casa a duty in order a pay for that kind of investigation. But then it is a direction, a free the US Attorney General and our direct the Yoko boss. That's Raymond Archer said, only investigating. I mean, Shatawale on one particular Lamborghini Bia. Omufele said it was stolen in US, but then Nipana of fire no EBD. One particular man biwa your friend Daddy Buta or no currently as you speak. Omutimia extraditing on Amanako US, or but no coin, jail in close to about 20 months currently as you speak. Lamborghini the Honsen Semono, Omuhemono, Shatawale a Honsem Ebomo. It was almost friend or Edin call Yoko office, no Mutimi Kototana, but the Munchimum, a bit me back, maybe be to me Akoye, but Enrano, the Mutimi free Shatawale, ya granting the bill and everything has been successful. But then on countless occasions, the Honsem, a bit to me abro, maybe be to me Akoye, but I just shut down Kwano Mutimi a chin in the koye, but then the fans, Usamakacho say, Shatan Ankasano. When it comes to music and when it comes to someone who controls the street and who controls a huge number of fan base in Ghana, I'll tell you that Shatawale is number one. Yes, honestly, Shatawale is currently number one. And it's my culture say he is that kind of manner when it comes to Obi control the street. Number one. And we saw a lot of fans, Shatter fans, SM fans, Shatter movement fans. Just Omudu Ministry Yoko officer. So they go protest. They say, Omu boss no onye he is innocent and he's not. I mean, done anything in Ghana. And you know, I was a Yoko boss no Roman actually releasing or not odema omo na omo didn't ekofi na bibi etimi koye. So me the videos ni be a betro kwaya. I mean, Shatter movement fans no call echo strike here protest against the Yoko and making sure so me abake or mobile Shatawale for him to be released from the Yoko office. I think it was very supportive agenda which was conducted by the SM fans and the SM youth. What I say, if we Nima, if we Kolegono, just say all across Accra. They went straight to Yoko office to protest against Raymond Archer. But the whole some no able to me abro. But it wasn't only the Shatter movement fans. But then when it comes to certain issues like this, Jana oppositions, that is the political parties in opposition, try as much as possible to also, have an impact in this particular issue. Because someone who said, when it comes to be controlling fan base or what doma, it is Shatawale and the number of fans who would in Echo Yoko office or no, it was very massive. So Enra, me want in time video this one who the national youth organizer for the new patriotic party, that is the NPP, and his name is Salam Yakubu. Yes, Honorable Salam Yakubu. Oko Sinho, what is Oko Yoko Sinho, Edionoso Anwasem Eko Tuja. Na in Komona Salam Yakubu Eko D and say or say NDC for no, this is not the Osen Komoye. They actually witch hunting people. Say so the free chairman won't to me so or much the won't to me presenter Achim Kwanana almost also a free almost so at their core celebrities are almost feel say almost brand any image, a very solid a bit boa the Republic of Ghana. But then almost also air which hante currently as we speak celebrities are or no national youth organizer as a youth organizer for the NPP and someone who also bear in the shoes of Shatawale also controlling majority of youth in our country. He has taken it upon himself to declare his support for Shatawale as a Roman Archer the Iyoko boss etimi aditino ewo Iyoko office enra it also the nano asem etu remember abechiche ne etimi the ehun analysis ne ehun adwenhwe no etimi ede aba. But over this particular weekend, that was last week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there was a particular beef and it started when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama fly in the presidential jet and as Otu Kwine from Ghana out in Japan. So what I say now, according to some of the findings and some of the informations are Abetome National. The president ain't me anchor directly to Japan, but then ordinarily Dubai or waiting for Dubai for 22 hours. After 22 hours, and or fly from Dubai to Yokohama. One could see Tokyo because I also committed the Japan president Tokyo, but then Tokyo is the capital town of Japan. One could see Tokyo, but then or fly echo Yokohama. There was a public train. What I said, our president needed to take a public train from Yokohama to the side of Tokyo. Senebeya Onubetima Committee, the president of Japan and the Japanese government, Senebeya, the other necessary negotiations, Betima Kosuye, Edema Ghana from Ghana. Now it's Ghana, it's benefiting, but from Japan, or the Singapore, but in no one sense, and Vincent Asifwa, he is the member of parliament for the Tafo constituency. Now, or the some sort of evidence be betuja say o check the kind of money, that's the amount of money the president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, etimi spending on this kind of traveling from Japan to Singapore and his spendings it is very huge. It is very huge. But in the statement of the battle, Facebook, I think that he made a particular mistake. And he is the deputy chief of staff at His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Also, be retreatee and make sure so beka in Simbia and at their Vincent Asifwa. And these two people has caused the social media on blaze. I think the back and forth between Vincent Asifwa and Stan Dugbe, it has been a back and forth. But many people are also requesting, say, Honorable Minister, that is Mr. Okujeto Ablakwa, should come out and apologize to Nana Danko Ekufuado. Yes. I don't want the many on my yard. Say Mr. Okujeto Ablakwa should come out and apologize to Nana Danko Ekufuado, the former president of the Republic of Ghana. Because anytime another Danko Ekufuado be to Kwembiano, we have a certain man called Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, currently the minister. Obeba Bonting abe criticizing the traveling expenditure of Nana Danko Ekufuado on his daily traveling sana oye edibwa or minor. But currently as we speak, John Dramani Mahama is suffering from these kind of allegations or no more opposition. It has become a big problem, and Ghanaians are requesting an immediate apology from Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa. Say Ombe apologize to Nana Danko Ekufuado over that said allegations, that false allegations, that false criticisms are already here. That was in the last 8 years in the tenure of office of Nana Danko Ekufuado, his traveling expenditure almost on the patch because it's the same thing. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is also here currently as we speak. But my third pick now, Betime Rira in Seminimo at the amount. Yes, Betime Rira in Seminimo at the amount. That is your friend Brante B. Raff. The full name the Raphael St. Williams. Now over this weekends and some days Kakredam Wakra. And Ridge Hospital is one kind of hospital because of say my wife Juma or Honum, so I know say it is one of the hospitals last 3 days, the nurses were there, and someone who calls himself an activist, a political activist, or no feel say the cost of mining mono and koye. So he needs to fight for the people of Ghana. No two ways about that. If you're a political, activist, that you fight for things that are not done properly in our country, I actually support you on that particular program, and I say I support you with that agenda. But for you to take the law upon your hands and go into the rich hospital and assault a nurse, doctors with your guys over there, allegedly, I think say it was uncalled for. And I have some videos over here, and I'll bring you some videos and do critical analysis about that, because when the issue happened, no, I was an eyewitness to that, and then I'll make sure say we go into this particular issue and then we talk about it. But then one of the NDC communicators, that is Alhaji Suhini, is saying say Ralph should be arrested because the oil or mining mono, it is a national threat to the government of the NDC. And I think so, this is the first time that I'm seeing an NDC member speaking out the truth, not because the Rafano has designated himself to become member of the NDC protagonist, but then he is actually saying something that is true. So what Raf is doing is a national threat to the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and I think that this issue is trending all over, and people are calling for the immediate arrest of Raf. Say because allegedly he assaulted one particular nurse at Ridge Hospital. It was very, very, very bad. But then, this particular story is a bit immediate to the man. But Mekacho say Afina ultimately ultimately ina. Make sure so bit subscribe to mami. Subscribe. So we Facebook follow call your handle social media handle Tofiakwa TV. Follow FMame. Share na comment. Comment all, because as the show is running now, I'll come and then read your comments. Your comment is very, very important to me. And me read your comments now at the amount, but me make sure say ubitima share and so at the amame. Call YouTube share FMI na call Time TV also on YouTube and also on Facebook. Na share na FMI na bibia intimi enkoyi na yendidi inkomo kama. Now, mame, the picture of Shatawale ni yendi inkomo kakra. Now, Enra, that's another answer. We saw a lot of things and also social media. A lot of people were speculating. Say if the Ghanaians, and I say Ghanaians are believe say criminals. In terms of money laundering, in terms of tax, in terms of bromance, scamming, or scamming other US nationals we are saying that they are criminals until you extradite to US. Now, those kind of news in a lot of people were linking that kind of arrest of these Ghanaians to one particular big celebrity in our country called Shatawale, Charles Nyama Mensah. I came and then I gave you analysis. Say me story didn't me follow story on the agenda the Attorney General of US directed the Yoko boss, Mr. Raymond Archer. Say on making sure say investigation be able to me across thoroughly in our country bit me carry out their more mono. See yanhwe ya shatter ehun bit me born in seminimo. Bebe can science seminar. A lot of people took amudiko social media ko can say some na American say be do crebi enim. Yes, they went on social media and then disseminated false allegations. Say, "Meme tie can say be na sem na me kano say be if I so be so and I say no crebi any." Me metna embo misrim enkansem. But sometimes assemble we need to have and I say we need to view into an in-depth investigation, a possible research about the issue na be told you ano. Near making sure say issue na beto dwano a bit man link it to other people in our country and you were here. This particular investigation started within the previous government. That was Nana Dankwe Kufuado. An investigation but then the previous government wanted to shield some people who believe say when it comes to the finances of their political party, Those people now arrested just last 2 months ago, no, they finance their political party, allegedly. So it will be very difficult for them to betray them. Say, now the US people no MFO moving free crew man and form. It was very, very difficult. So they were shielding them. Now, fast forward the 2024 election. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it's me we need an election, no? And there will possibly be a change of government from the NPP to the NDC. 7 January, that's why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had a number power. Now, what needed to be done? They say that carried on project, and I said that agenda now the US Attorney General, that was last year, no, he needs to continue because there has been a change of government. Maybe the previous government did not want to betray the citizens. So it was somebody back. Now they passed through the US, the US embassy. The US embassy, no, and coordinate and answer and link it up with the office of the president. No more making sure that they will have a required letter. A letter normally be called either the Supreme Court, the High Court, or any other jurisdictional court away Krumano, just to seek an arrest warrant. Say Bekwa Koche Sankro for no. Near Domako Iyuku, and Iyuku will start that possible investigation for them. So they needed to coordinate, and as they needed to collaborate with the government of Ghana. Fast forward, US embassy so a collaborating, you know. They went to the Accra High Court, had an issued, a warrant, and I'm making sure say the same arrest warrant the said people. My bet now I don't want to go back to that particular story. That the Joe was part, Mr. Boots, Mr. Kofi Boots, Boatin was part, Park was part. I don't want to mention some people's name, but they were part. A lot of people were part. So what is Legon? Currently as speaker, 16 people near best saw medium boys in the 16 the best saw medium koye. Let me back catch our say. Me share the way issue in this corner. Kofi Boat very close to Shatawale. Both Kofi Boat and Daddy Joe Remes is very close to Shatawale. And me share some na corner maybe say if say Shatta or any other business with these two people allegedly. When we are Shatta can be also be caught. But now a lot of people catch him and say in some American want to be a intro. They're being intro. Now, Coffee Boat only one particular Lamborghini. The yellow Lamborghini na Shatta Wale using to say, Ewa Benya sa picture of that Lamborghini, they are toso de Amaya. Yes. It's yellow in color. And then Shatta, Nana Shatta AUZ. So as of last 3 months ago, Yoko boss, that was Raymond Archer. Right here, and as I send an invitation to Shatawale, say possibly Lamborghini no use no. So one document so betting me the about Yoko office and community budget because of say there has been a particular investigation, an investigation no more no assessment. Say Lamborghini no doesn't belong to Shatawale, but then it belongs to a particular person called Kofi Boat. Or no, because of his criminal acts, you know, extracted from Ghana to the side of US. All the could do US no upon the series of allegations, anything near mom the born or no. Open could jail close to about 20 months. And a kana what bonanas, a kana what to the US state no. The US government ain't making sure say any other properties will be confiscated to the US. No one making sure say the properties no they take a car because he was involved in $100 million fraud bromance together with other people I'm a boom within the actual no. It's a series of investigation who's a Lamborghini na Babidi Ghana and Lamborghini no Shatawale in the AUZ. I know very well say in our dealings, sometimes in our dealings we might not be aware of some certain things. It's so be torn out the crown say per se but possibly because I say you're turning at your no documents I was a stress at the corner yediano. Sometimes we put blind eye over those kind of things. So utie Shatta enumasem na utie Yoko boss enumasem. The Yoko boss wanted to carry out a particular duty, a particular task I want to believe he said it is a directive and it is an order from the U.S. Department. Now, or contact Shatawale no. Shatta ni di nkomo emo catch Mr. Raymond Archer say, fine, meba. But then me pese mo beba me fie na me peke Lamborghini no. Because I have a brand to protect. And the brand now me was me protecting no. I have a lot of people who looks up to me. I have a lot of brands I'm serving as ambassador. It is a mobile picking me Lamborghini. That's a media house. They shall say trotro and send me the family. I will lose some important deals juicy for my brand. Mr. Raymond Etia said the man they wanted Shatawale to bring the Lamborghini to the office of Yoko. Now Oma conducted that said investigation at the Ama Charles Niyama Mensa, that's Shatawale. According to several reports Ama conducted from the Yoko office now. They waited upon Shatawale for about 2 possible months. Shatawale did not appear. And I said he did not bring the Lamborghini to Yoko office. So just last month, was it last 2 weeks or last? Yes, last 2 weeks. And Mr. Raymond Archer and then the boss, and then the guys, together with other, armed people, Oboko Shatawale fee, and making sure say, Omekwa kwaji Lamborghini, because at that time, it is a directive from the US. And he is the Yoko boss and he needs to carry out his duty diligently. So I understand the part of Mr. Raymond Archer and I also understand the part of Shatawale. Mr. Raymond. So you were there last 2 weeks and then one possible, was it midweek, was it Wednesday or something like that? And then Shatawale came live, or shall I say Trotro near the social media. And after that, I start granting live Facebook session. We all know Shatawale say when it comes to live, so be a call live akasa. He is one of the guys as call live. A lot of people joined it because Oban live a trending at the chair. So he came on live that same evening. That was 8 p.m. And about Bontimbeki can say Mr. Raymond Archer Abanifi Abefa Lamborghini. Now buying all the two any I didn't or the two nin crofobin the ban on your criminal. I didn't also about any two a lot of issues. But at that material moment in time, Senka Shatawale Amba Bontian Bekika sign in seminar. And I think one bar Bontian Betrotro sign Yamana. And I am not sure. Say some of us will even know. Say Yoko and Yoko boss and the boys. Akko Shatawale Fiako fan Lamborghini. Anyone sends him. And can you? But Shatta Nankasa took upon himself to debunk that particular news. Issue in the Barbontino. A lot of people were saying, any Shatta Lamborghini name won't send me the Bibrina Phyllis A settings. Fine. Now, Omete key. Lamborghini in the core, And Mr. Raymond Archer, as also throw the man in a particular statement from the Yoko, and the man, Shatawale say, chips in a meeting, say, Omokacha Shatta, so Ombra, Wama. And also I carry out the duty. I was so Konokofakano, no more proceeding with a particular investigation. But Oma Shatta, up to 2 weeks, Shatta should appear. Now Shatta Nanka send me church and in upon that said Lamborghini, that yellow Lamborghini there, that's now what you know. Or church signs him. So, Yenke bin shemu. Yellow Lamborghini in the court. Now, Shatta needed to buy another Lamborghini just to make his fans feel, say, he's that richest musician in Ghana. It's the Enra, was it Enra or Enra? Yes, Enra. No, Enra. And the purple Lamborghini. And so be drew Ghana. It's the one manager, Mr. Samuel Tuba. Omo the Kokoyi, Lamborghini purple one, no. Yes, AY the better Swamware. The purple Lamborghini. And Shatta Ekoto to free US a crown on the buy. And I just say Shatta at the two social media say after the yellow Lamborghini now Yoko for the fire, I sounds what the purple Lamborghini. Perfectly done for Shatawale. Suddenly you may now or launch the purple Lamborghini, no. Suddenly you may not he needed to go to Yoko office to make sure say or have a basic interrogation And that's an investigation. And Mr. Raymond Archer and then in Crawford say, I'm interrogating. So after, so the purple Lamborghini in the better he needed to go back, dressed and make sure to be called Yoko office. So I don't know you now. And ye Yoko for and the Beche Shatawali at the different fee there be. The people of Baba Bontebeka say, Beche Shatawali at the different fee no be. Shatta drove to Yoko office. And Okodru Honomono. He said, say, he wouldn't allow himself to be interrogated by the Yoko people unless say the council, that's the legal team, about and Yoko phones here you must say say from 6 a.m. 5 p.m. no more PTC. I told the say about 5 there's no way so bet me PD free honum. Or detain you. This will be the next day. So it's me it drew the bail conditions on the mount there. This will be the next day. The way to me. Yes. So Shatawale waited for about 7 to 8 hours. And suddenly the legal team the legal team now bought 4:30 to 5. So there is no way to even post in the legal team that's our basic interrogation almost share together with Shatawale bit me akoso there be. And that's almost there's no way to Shatawale bit me at that same time and that's at that same day they've been into me any possible. So the legal team they started the investigation and they started the interrogation. Upon basic interrogation of Shatta, Shatta denied say Lamborghini he bought it from the street. And nipa no tall on honum your friend Zach. Zach no crampono or name identity or sounds who need a telephone number or sounds who need baby crampote. He just bought it $150,000 and a toy. And he doesn't even know the whereabouts of Zach. Interesting. That was the release that Yoko for at the bar bontin. The release now Yoko for the bar bontin. I don't know. Say AY Ebenya release of Yoko. Mr. Raymond Archer. The release not the bar bontin. After say a bar bontin say Omadi Tini Shatawale no. He made that particular possible release for the general public to have a fair idea about in common echoes between the Yoko and then Shatawale. So that's all. Shamame. And do the Nazumi Katana for Mami. Was A2 the first page and the second page. Very good. So share release the DR. You can easily attest the fact say Shatawale acted brilliantly with the Yoko for no. Because at that particular possible time, so Koya no share say on Yoko for no Kuma. I don't think Senko be finding himself very well. But then he needed to wait for his legal council members to come and make sure that any other communication beyond his legal council members will bear witness. Will bear witness to the kind of conversation a bit between Shatawale and the Yoko people. And when he did I say Zach no tono or $150,000, he doesn't even know the identity. Auto street. Nipa no street not tall Lamborghini no one or no crew name identity no. So if said the document of this said Lamborghini no is claiming say and you know Shatawale dia fine but no to will be auto street. Nipa no tall no cramp onim no and onim baby. But then we have the rules and regulations that is binding us in our country. And it is in our constitution. Yes. In our constitution, the constitution simply states say ukoto adia your friend say chronodia. Even when you know and even when you do not know, you are also an accomplice. That is our constitution. TNA. Even when you know and even when you don't know, you are also an accomplice. It is a BFA say makwakoto phone. That's a phone na makoto. Nipa na makoto free no hono. Say bi okowia phone no. E na wabeton dia ma me na mesumi magye phone na minimum ho hwe a. See bechi ne pan na so de ne ba me was say we na beton phone ma me so bechi me because I become an accomplice to that particular criminal act. Sana Shatawale issue no e kwa. That's what I'm saying say I fully support the decision of Shatawale. I fully support the decision of Yoko boss Raymond Archer. But as we speak right now, the Constitution also stated clearly, say Okotokro Nwadia, you will also become an accomplice to that particular act. That makes the Shatawale incident become very critical currently as we speak. Now we have a particular code on the street. Omom street, they know this particular code. It's a code 419. The code 419 on the street says, we don't snitch on your brother. Obio street being him said we don't snitch. So what Shatawale was doing, he wanted to protect the identity of Nipana or Tom at the chrono at the man. Whether say a Kofi boat and a Tom Lamborghini in the man, he will not mention Kofi boat team. Whether say a so-called Zach, we have a lot of people called Zach in our country. It is because he will be in the Zach. I mean, to me, because he pass me way a friend Zach there be. I say, me to say, you pay be a friend Zach beyond a cotton sa Lamborghini the match at all there be. So Shatta used his mental strength to make sure say he's not deceiving, but then he wanted to make sure say he will not snitch on his brother. That's Shatawale for you. The street is street. The street is streeting. Yoko office. Now, fast forward. Now, some of the project be edge. According to one particular investigative journalist called Marine Fletcher, he had one particular research about how stolen cars. And according to the basic investigation of Marine Fletcher, she conducted this investigation last year. That was 2024. Or the big about 2023, and just last year, 2024, was at that particular research and as an investigation games also by. Upon that investigative journalist, Obano, Ninyamo de Mountain, or see stolen cars area free Europe, another part of the world, Edinburgh, Africa. No, so upe baby pa Africa. Stolen cars ni gupa or say West Africa. Yes. According to Marine Fletcher, that investigative journalist, the kind of research or see stolen cars say ope baby continental on what the bapa Africa, and even with Africa, we have the Eastern Africa, we have we have the Southern Africa, we have the Central Africa, Western Africa. The part of Africa stolen cars ni gupa West Africa. And West Africa, Ghana is number 1. Yeah, and Yemen America. So, Marine Fletcher, Asem Noka. SM fans, don't take me. Pacho, Emamon fans in America, no. Say, make a Shatta. No, Shatta will never steal a car. Shatta will never steal a car. Yeah, Nam Krumi, ubeti me a POP the street. Ubeti me kunya phone be. Diffy. What I say? The last time phone na me use AY. We could PZ street na mkotoe. Sometimes nim kromo anum. What I say? Nam baby a phones no etimi jegu okwam. We hwemu a de ye ofe no we yibi. No atwa aka na call baby. So what I'm trying to say is say Shatta understand the street code. I mean, cars no. Even last week, I saw someone I know turn a car. I know AY. Yeah. And you can have VIT, right? VIT 4 plug. Also beton 1.2 billion old Ghana cedis. Yeah. Also beton 1.2 billion old Ghana cedis. If I see Bisa Bona Kametoya, a street car na mato. It's in the say no say who asamba. Ebe ni pakrono ena me masumbe yeshi won. But sometimes we become ignorant when buying such things. You understand? We don't go into it and making sure the documents pertaining to the object now yet tono. Very, very, very legit. And that was the mistake to me. Shatta eye wo honom no. Oton Lamborghini di free Zach honom no. He needed to make sure that document Zach edebe manu biana it would be legit about the Lamborghini. That was the mistake. But sometimes it is normal because you ask na brabona ye bono and you be an sika beson ade a store ade. Obu wan sika beson normal things at the street ye beto. So we koto iPhone 13 Pro e was store. Na say the budget was 6,400 da. Obi so beto iPhone 13 Pro Max 256 gig. It was street. Maybe obeton maybe 2,000, that's 2,500. Then you the same iPhone. But a one sem band who say we know then I say yes. That is street code. It's normal. But what I'm trying to say is that Marine Fletcher, that investigative journalist girl no, and make that set investigation about stolen cars in ready for Europe. Another part of the world. Don't want to about Africa and Africa no, baby about Pana West Africa. West Africa, so Ghana is number one. So meaning say majority of cars and nam you most of them is stolen cars. I had a particular video. I needed to give it to our producer. It is quite a BBC reporter. A BBC reporter came to Ghana and then found one particular stolen car, a Uber. I drive an Ichi. Seriously, he was a BBC reporter. Or the chomu trake kana ehuse kanu Ghana. It to offer kanu as Uber. And what take Uber driver in his own car, no so can be the Uber. No, so na kanu him saying there. And then he caught that said victim, US. And according to the victim, was he a real kanu last year, August, USA. So what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to decisions like this, sometimes we put blind eye over most of these things and then we don't even think about it. So sanity. So Shatta says it is a stolen car, but it's not the fault of Shatawale, it's not the fault of Yoko. But upon basic Yeme course with Yoko office Shatawale has been granted bail. Shatta has been granted bail. But first of all, the bail condition was 10 million Ghana cedis. Not 1 million Ghana cedis. It was 10 million Ghana cedis. And other two sureties are also Shatawale, Emiti, and Sana, the bail finally, omitting me at the amano. But 10 million Ghana cedis is all about the old currency. It is 100 billion. Even close to about $1 million. Yes, close to $1 million. So, the management of Shatta needed to plead and make sure say that Sikana Iyoko boss Raymond Archer omodia to Shatawale so no also mo pleadi na Shatawale etimi etwiebi na omo granted bill no the man. So upon the basic pleading now the Shatta movement, that's the Shatta management, it pleaded with Mr. Raymond Archer no, the 10 million Ghana cedis no was slashed from 10 million to 5 million Ghana cedis. That was 50 billion old Ghana cedis. Shatawale needed to pay because Shatta Mayati say Nancy Encheye what on a catalog at the amount one particular music distributor US and not on a $3.5 million. It's a what on catalog $3.5 million. That's a grant to bill 5 million Ghana cedis and Shatta Sika because arguably the self-acclaimed richest Ghanaian musician no bit me try their mind. So Shatawale met that bill condition with 5 million Ghana cedis. And then he made sure say Obetre says Canada Eko and other two sureties and also it me a buyer. But then I saw one particular man to me who said oh the godfather of Shatawale. The fantasy entertainment boss appeared at Yoko office and I mean allegedly Bebrena assume say the fantasy boss and as the fantasy entertainment boss or appear at Yoko office in say obe support Shatawale no ebetima ba say ono ene ko gine mu e ma sureties no emu ba ko netimi ye adwuma de ma Shatawale etim ja Shatawale. So that was it. But anyway, we saw a lot of people mutimi ekwo Yoko boss na abrandepa mame the supporters and I say the fans of Shatta movement, the Shatta fans mame video no to so mine yen hwa de kakra bi wa for video to so hwa de bi wa na see me be ka asem bi and asem na me be ka no people should take it serious. See, Shatta is not a politician. Shatta is not a politician. He doesn't belong to NDC or he doesn't belong to NPP. Shatta is a celebrity and he is a musician. This is someone from 205, 206, 207 coming. He was called Bandana. So the Mokoho album that he released in the latter part of 2000s, he went off after that particular Mokoho album. And then he came back in 2013, rebranded himself as Shatta Wale, the new Bandana. Someone they come in the second coming. It just last 12 years. So we check it from 2013 to 2025. 13 years. But as a pay the number of years as Shatta Wale has stay relevant in our music industry, it is more than 13 years. But the second coming has lasted close to about 13 years. And Shatta Wale has made sure, say, to me, I justify itself when it comes to popularity and when it comes to fan base. Shatta is a very big artist. At this particular material moment, I am tempted to believe say the Shatta movement and the Shatta fans is now curtailing to become a religion in our country. We have the Muslim, we have the Christianity, we have the traditional religion, but then the Shatta movement fans and I say the Shatta movement is trying and is even getting closer, becoming a religion in our country. Look at the number of people who troop into the Yoke office. Check the number of fans now. It is more than say Shatta a holding concert at Yoke office anymore. But I'm crediting 1957 news because omu video na mafa me show at the action. So yeah, 1957 big ups. Seriously, a lot of people trooped in just to watch Shatta Wale. A lot of people trooped in just to make sure somebody protested for Shatta Wale to be released. And you think this artist or a small artist? See, we have big artists in our country. That the Lumba Nyamin from the cry NCA. Arguably, he is one kind of artist that even from his generation or shall I say born from 1980s Ebano, he has been loved by Ghanaians. Absolutely. We have Sarkodie, Yawasamini, we have Stonebwoy. But I'm telling you, say, the number of fans, and the kind of fans, and the kind of people at Shatta Wale controlling currently as we speak in our country, each and every politician will try as much as possible to tap in. Yes. Any other musician will try as much as possible to tap in the popularity of Shatta Wale. I'm telling you for a fact. Shatta is not a politician. He doesn't belong to NPP, and also he doesn't belong to NDC. At this particular material moment, this boy is a national asset, and he needs to be protected at all costs. Imagine, say, I'm not saying say a for person Shatta Wale, but imagine, say a big musician like Shatta Wale, na kwa koto efiase and Obano ye reported say bibia tono ewo prison or na say bibia tono ewo cells. Or imagine and the fans and so are reacting, and these are number of fans that they support Shatta Wale and they can sing and they can die for Shatta Wale. His fans from Nima, his fans from Choco, his fans from Osu, his fans from Jamestown, his fans from Sakumono, his fans from Teshi, his fans from Kolegono. Massive support. Even Ashaman, I know very well. So when it comes to Ashaman is regarded as one of the biggest constituencies that we have in Accra. And arguably, Nipo in the face of Ashaman is Stonebwoy. But even at Ashaman, majority of Ashaman even support Shatta Wale. I'm telling you for a fact. And on the kind of crowd now here, just in front of Yoke office, it was a massive one for Shatta. And that shows how people love the guy. That shows how people are showing their loyalty for Shatta Wale, irrespective of who you support. Me Shatta, I'm saying on point blank, Shatta is not my favorite artist. It's a Mobi Nyese me a Shatta fan. No, I am not an SM fan. Shatta is not my favorite artist. My favorite artist of all time is Stonebwoy. My favorite artist of all time in Ghana here is Stonebwoy. And me per Stonebwoy based on certain things. But when I look at the kind of control na chairman you control, the number of people that chairman you control on the street, you know, and there is someone. Look at the number of fans who control it. There is someone. If the government wants to start a project about the youth, Shatta should be the first person to be communicated. If the government wants to establish a particular project, that will that will make sure say or the youth of this country everybody on the table, Shatta should be the first person to be communicated. Me say me kind of credit at all. Me a Beam fan. I support Stonebwoy because of his lyrical content, because of his lyrical dexterity, because of his vocal prowess, how he can sing, and how talented he is. When it comes to talent, when it comes to music-wise, I will never compare Stonebwoy to Shatta because Stonebwoy is just there. He's a global icon. By followers, popularity, numbers, the presence of youth establishment in our country currently, Shatta is controlling the population. Shatta is controlling the population. The time make us say government people so establish a particular project involving the youth in our population. The first person, the first celebrity should be I was a government no contacting on should be Shatta. The first person I was a government a contacting say me person me did this project na project na me dey no involving the youthful population of our country. The first celebrity, the first person I was a government, the NDC government contacting on Shatta. It's enyame wanwa said that why ye boss Malik Basantali contacted Shatta and making sure say obe tapping in the numbers of Shatta to establish and even bring up another business, that's the Shag's business, because Shag's business under the previous government now, and to me, I'm with you very well. But we've seen Malik Basantalia or the YEA boss. He saw the numbers and how popular Shatta is, and then he needed to tap in the numbers just to make sure say Shatta fans no a big kakrano ebedo the NDC government because of say he is trying to create employment for this number of fans. And you want to tell me that he is not a national asset? Shatta is a national asset. At this material moment, me say can be Abrantepa, me say government, the NDC government, if say or establish one particular project, the first celebrity I will say you're contacting on is Shatta. He controls the street. He controls the street. So NDC government person establish a project. The first celebrity I was contacting on should be Shatta because he controls the street. Look at the numbers. May a beam nation. But Charlie. Shatta is Shatta. Shatta is Shatta. Pacho beam for no beam fans. Pacho we there. I'm just spilling out the truth. You say we have the normal beef that we have with the SM fans, but sometimes you need to say the truth for people to understand and for people to even love you. It's like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Abrantepa. Sad debate though. Talent wise, born the ball. Lionel Messi is bigger. Lionel Messi, Nimbono Botchen, Cristiano Ronaldo. But popularity, other things, these two debates, how good debates, they are very magical, is that the followers and the popularity of Cristiano Ronaldo, Crano, it makes his brand attractive, even more than Lionel Messi. Charlie, shut up, big ups. But, say, oh, Shemia. Pacho making sure so bit me a subscribe Edia Mayana BB me akoye. We Enoch Damwa. Or say so if he doesn't know how he can register the car. I say if he doesn't know how he can register the car. So onim kwa before so I register can uncle DVLA. DVLA, right? Yeah, okohonuma. I think say the proper measures need the proper guidelines bit me abuanama with me I register the Lamborghini. So purple Lamborghini, we don't want any yokophobia so send your money ma dia say Shatawali na say there be empesa de TB. Currently as we speak, that's near mana air my come second pick in the Indian common. Na Shatahona Kasa Bim no. I think say the NPP National Youth Organizer, Mr. Salam Yakubu, Abrantepa funny video no to so mami yen shadi. Mr. Salam Yakubu, the NPP Youth Organizer, or the Nsembi Tuja, and in some of the Tuja no, he was saying, say, the NDC government is one kind of hell of a government. They are trying as much as possible to witch hunt the NPP people. They started with Chamarun to Mr. Bernard Entribu Siakon. Moving on from Mr. Bernard Entribu Siakon, Edekwache Fante Comedy. From Fante Comedy, they went on to arrest the presenter of Untumi Media. That's Achim Kwanana, Omukwache no. Omocheche NPP for no Mr. Edubuahin Munino Omachomo. A lot of people and Omocheche within the NPP circle. And Omu believe say at this particular material moment, Mr. Salam Yakubi, the NPP National Youth Organizer, I believe say they are moving on from the NPP and almost also the back celebrities. So it almost shares here with Shatawali Bacho. I think say Mr. Salam Yakubu, Mami Kasim intro. Any issue biano, Ghanaians try as much as possible to create politics out of it. This is not politics. Yeah. This is not politics. This is not politics. Yes, I mean, Fato Somami, dear, or say, Batakari Fato Somami. This is not politics. Some come away now, me betino, when you're politics. Anytime, Biana, we try as much as possible to create politics out of Sa in Komowe. Sometimes no yana eyemiya. Asem na abano. That's the reason why I mention and because Shatawale doesn't belong to any political party. Either the NDC or either the NPP. He doesn't belong to any. A only issue naba. And or kwako solve it with the Yoko. But the moment the NPP for no Ebeko hono the National Youth Organizer Ebeko hono because I say immediate common say so we check the popularity status of Shatawale. He controls the street and then he controls majority of Ghanaians that we have in our country. Because he's very popular. It's video net that's on. When this government this is the video that's on video no. Yes, but in Kobana meeting say sometimes we shouldn't try to create politics out of Nsembi Ayana Tebi Enyame. It was a smart movement for Mr. Salam Yakubu to go into the event and make sure say Obe create some sort of support at the Shatawale, because as an NPP youth organizer, even say the followers of Shatawale who say NPP for Krampa Baharuma, Ebetimia Momo Akasa, oh, NPP for Krampu to Shatawale Kakra. Because we are getting closer to the 2028 election. NCB and the presidential flag bearership race of NPP be conducted in January 2026. In yes, next year, I got just 2 years. And 2 years, no, possibly, the possibility. So the NPP, ebetima snatch power from the NDC is very high. The possibility. Said the NDC no betima continue for the next 8 years and so very high. Any other way around, be a hope for the best in 2028 election. And these are some of the smarter things that as a national youth organizer betima tapping. But and tapping in a way modernizing assembly man in Koyese. The NDC government currently as we speak is trying as much as possible to witch hunt celebrities. So the celebrities no mind thing. It's part of politics. See, in 2008, that Lumba, one of the biggest songs, currently as we speak, it is one of the biggest campaign song ever to happen in our country. Nana Irina, Nana Irina, right? 2008 for Nana Danko Kufuado. The NPP were in power. NPP co-opposition, no. NPP co-opposition. John Evans Fifa Tamil's His Excellency delayed about power together with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yet he said, Omu which hante that lumba. There be Yante Samini in 2008. A board de my NPP. Yet he said, I mean 2008 Samina co supported NPP Intino. I mean John Evans Fifa Tamil's which there be Kwabra. They made sure say Kwabra so be the NPP na another than Kufuado. Did we have a say? I said, did we even think about say NDC Honorable and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama move power ombe which hante Kwabra? There be none of these celebrities were which hunted by the NDC when they came to power from 2009 to 2016. Even 2015. That the Lumba released in Ethiopia, and then it was an official song for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Baby Biobe Kopia no boy in Ethiopia, because at that material moment, Ghanaians were criticizing his government. Ghanaians were criticizing his style of leadership, and he used that the Lumba. He used that the Lumba song in Ethiopia as a slogan. It's Yakubu Salam Asemno Kekano, but then the Nyadri, but then quick. Abrante pam yenti my video de kakra ne embra ye ba meto aso yenti video no kakra.
People who are not in politics, when they finish they'll come for that. When this government took office, I've had a very principled position, and I have been here a number of times to protest arrests with unreasonable bail conditions. On that principle, I'm here this evening at impetus to it that you don't use bail conditions as a backdoor strategy to detain people and incarcerate them, like they have done to Fatawale as latest victim, who was here yesterday throughout all the way till today. Someone Wutumi was here, Hanan was here, so many people have been here that when you hear the bail conditions that they put on them, you wonder whether the mental thinking that went into it. Fatawale is well known. He's not somebody that you will not look for and find if he lives here. Why can't you give him a self-recognizance bill? Because he's known. There are doing investigations. What if you finish and he has not committed any crime? At that point, you would have dented his career that he might be unable to recover. But this is one of our biggest movement efforts in this country. Why do we treat people like this? They were doing it to politicians. They were doing it to NPP people. Today they have finished with the NPP. Or they are still dealing with NPP people. Today they extended it to the celebrities that we have in this country. People in the creative arts. People who are not in politics. When they finish, they'll come for
Shut up, the assembly bow. Now, Mr. Yakubu Salam, in some now Okekano, say it's here for Munyamuko TV. Me makase menene enyadrin. Menene enyadrin because of say in some now all kano a look say as a prime bisono NDC government currently a prime biso or mobile which hunted the celebrities. No. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. Issue number shatter issue is out of politics. That's why I made sure I me catch them say shatter it doesn't belong to NDC or doesn't belong to NPP because I see me video and I mean say me kasa so he doesn't belong to either the NPP or the NDC. It's young brush as no cramp young fast to baby. It didn't come on. But in common say it was a smart move by Yakubu Salam, the national youth organizer. Because Shatta controls the street, he controls a lot of movement in our country. It's all corners who could show solidarity, who could show support, who could show an immense emotional support to Shatawale and the Yoko officer. To me, it was a smart move. But it is not something that the NTZ Asha says some person which anti celebrities in our country. No. I know the young brushing off Nian Koso. Abrante Yenin Komo na I think say over these weekends, we've seen a lot of things also in our country. I wanted to come to Asefua and Mr. Stan Dogbe, the Deputy Chief of Staff issue, no. But my main fa Raf Diano and Twaso, because Raf Diano is very demanding. Not main fa Mr. Asefua and Mr. Stan Dogbe Diano and she Tony in common. Fa Raf a picture to so mammy in common. Raphael St. Williams, Abusian for Abranto das we friend Raphael St. Williams. He is a self-acclaimed political activist. Say he is making sure say the wrong things are koso o man mu no. On share masani man enkoso. So Galamsey, niyama na ekoso within our country no. Raf was one of the people omutimi a massive demonstration even last year under Nana Danko Kufuado. The National Cathedral, he made sure say obetimi akohonum akoye a lot of things at National Cathedral. When it comes to other things, demonstrations are well lead there. Raf etimi lead those kind of demonstrations within our country. Yeah. But Monday, because over these weekends I was at Accra and Bikuti Juma Kakra Honum. So I saw near maybe a course. And during my daily routines at Accra, I went to Ridge Hospital. That was Monday, and this issue happened on Monday. I was there and I saw what happened. We were there. Any who say in Krofobi the guy be wakunya accident, severe accident. On then a squad boys be brave at number Ridge Hospital. And over the buy and there was say nurses for no emergency, assemble emergency sana. The doctors and nurses for more hospital be catch or say assemble was so omu quick normal rush ni pandemic emergency ward. Normal shots and make sure say hesa ni pakron. But on daily routines, ne so omu edinoko emergency. Na so omu heni pakrona. I wasn't who ni pebi echo administrative desk. Na ordine card echo tre ni patient ne wono ordine card echo. No mo koti hu dwuma na nurses for e proceed e hwesa ni pa no e ma no ho eto no. But the Ghanaian system na e wa hanom no yen kan ye. Afei na nanka the previous government no air try as much as possible say the system na e was ye wom e wo krom hanom no will be biometric in the sense say o Ghanaian card na wona say the Ghana card na wono. So we call hospital, any other institution be able to use Ghana card number. So you Ghana card number na a popepe within any details, a be contain data. I bet me abo ADP. So ko US, ko European countries are sanity, obo number, and as obo dia because I say we data no be our system ni muntino. Bibia ebe pop up, information bibia ebe pop up. Europe sanity, but in our country Ghana no afei and another the previous government no which was led by Mr. Nana Danko Kufuado and even Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia out no the electronic system neighbor no he wanted everything to be done and now you too now by Ediguya NDC about power no it said Oko hospital emergency assembly said Oko hospital nurses in be rush I held there but there was a who ni pay be around no or call an administrative desk now or the card echo no mo check it up at the back. Say the beya, we can't no mo the bekono. Some sort of questions be because nipa no, then a two no, then the on. There was some bizarre questions. Say the beya doctors in this for no more no. Ometi me hisa nipa kroni very well. It's almost one of this nipa no buy. I'm talking about Ridge Hospital. Yes, nipa no when accident now. The boys a rush in then they buy. Ometi the buy no. Nurses for no omo he no. But so here video no and na ohe. Nipana no da honum na. You can easily attest the fact say the accident was severe and Nipano survivor no was very low. But the doctors and the nurses at the Ridge Hospital were doing their possible best to save the life of that particular victim. At the material moment now, a branch and a da honum no. And a Raf and so a buy Raf buy and he was bleeding. Raf was bleeding. And ɛna ɔsɛ abrante na ɔda hɔ na ɔmo yɛhwɛ ɔmo yɛhwɛ no no anasa amanfoɔ na ɔmo emergency hɔ na yɛhwɛ ɔmo no nurses for no enjoy hwɛ na ɔmo hwɛ ɔmo no na ɔmo mbra into his aid nneɛmɛhwɛ ne nsa no ɛmfama no ɔsɛ what na ɔmo sɛ okay yɛbɛba but yɛbɛ assign one particular nurse the amount na nurse no etimi ahwɛ wo Raf no I'm talking about Raf asem na make it video no da so a ɔmo hɛ nti mo dem a video no da so yeah so what I was saying is that Rage Hospital man one nurse almost assigning one nurse the man Raf and not her Raf and even according to the nurse was saying say Raf and Sana na etuchana na moja crampo no na moja no ada it's very severe injury but then now also the gods any adia chitre at the man no cleaning the wound of Raf at the man say the be or be clean and I'm catch Raf say or maybe but on person will continue with the medical treatment but almost call administrative desk na fa card kotre na omu toaso show Raf say aden oboni di na o sen kan di one system no more catch us there be ye krom Ghana hanom no de sa system no eni ha sa system no Europe say Europe no akotena e na feel say so call hospital e bodi e wo say wo data no bi bia pop up hanom de ebi ni ha etu de corner koje card no mon toaso no mon show was identity na nurse no e kasa asem de atre no identity na nurse no e kasa asem na atre according to report and even me meet Bakacho said I was there so according to stuff around the part me nya brain pacho asem no is no a severe asem because I have someone who also works at the health sector. So according to reports, nurse ne catch and say, on funny card enko reception or another administrative desk no coach card no bar or matwas or hen. But internet is in the case as a natural is uncalled for. Meanwhile, that same nurse and other people were also attending to apparently because when you motor accidents now in Crawford in Naba Rage Hospital Brandon, you know, we had other nurses no more attending to that particular victim. Ralph the camera coach now nurses for also any hospital no way did or disturbing the peace of other patients are no more hospital. Will be all right, but sometimes all right no a doors one na e kwa say oh yeah will be a opesa ushi will be there be. You walk into someone's office and you want to show that person it doesn't work in that way. You can make a suggestion, but you cannot direct the person to do what you want him or her to do for you. On way the human. It's metiano me sure me can say me no be frabon tia ba be chem say can say that be because I know what I'm saying. You can only bring a suggestion say oh can ya misro ya you say but sana kana nete obi asori no afa law no de ahye nsem na say bi onenam na odi nsem bia ehia okọ honom no odi camera na ewo honom no nurses for no bebre na catch and say niam na oyen onjai and according to several reports allegedly he instigated some of the in Crawford no more around because Ralph no on one case the buy but other victim na make say onya motor accident na e dey go to Rage Hospital honom no now the boys were around he instigated those boys to beat the nurses and the doctors at Rage Hospital. And there was a nurses for the Ghana. My wife was there. No, so we joined the name at the free hospital. I can't say no fee because it is not accepted. It is unacceptable for those things to be done at a particular hospital, a highly respected and a reputable hospital. All right. It's a crew man. na obi ye ade bi ope. Now abrandepa video na da so currently no CCTV video na da so no rough video na da so no eye kwan a won say CCTV video video dey any sound mostly no ya na any sound it way eye video a abrante no ameka na asem no rough ekoko assorting nurse eko training sa ewo nurse bi so ewo Rich Hospital at the time nurse nina all man the pressure say on be hwe obi no sa nurse nina some have video na you can easily tell the fan say other patient are almost nurse ni so attend to those people no urgently and so on or home. But Ralph had that kind of audacity, he had that kind of courage to assault that said nurse. Video na some have video no quite Ralph efa so assaulting nurse no ho no nti anye amanfo ne pattern na enya amanfo ne pattern na enka osan so ekobo nurse na san so aka ho otene ne nsa wo nurse ne so but o hear the distance between Ralph and the nurse na mu wa into otene ne nsa no kra ne nsa ntimi enya nurse ne niye and he was still holding the camera, he was still holding the phone and not all filming and the incident near my hospital. He was filming those kind of incidents. At the hospital, it is not even allowed to take a picture of a patient or take a video of a patient. It is not even allowed. Secondly, walking into a hospital to create unnecessary noise and unnecessary disturbance to other patients or more. Ne yenti kromo ano. Se obi yare na se ne yem hye no krampa otimi fam wo ana yenim. Obi yare da hospital. Enta ko hospital a yenye de wo honom no. It's na enkra severe emergency unit ne yema enkra enwura ho. Emergency unit a keteli and I say efa patient a omoye remove ten no yema nkura nkokọ because enkra ko omu disturb omu peace because sometimes no say patient ni yare a ohia enough rest to recover. But this guy went into Rich Hospital and started creating unnecessary disturbance to the noble patients and or Rich Hospital. And some of us want to tell me, say, normal, I also go create that kind of unnecessary tension at our hospital. Why should you create unnecessary tension at our hospital? At that same Rich Hospital, at that same material moment, a lot of surgeries then cost our hospital. Okomo maternity hall one ma. At that same moment, a lot of deliveries and their cost were honum. And it's a doctor Bishe, Eshe, theater, and I say, oh, pretense or yes, surgery. At you being quan. That's what this is. Didn't be saying air cost one. Checking the kind of tension and in your baby because oh, you'll be surgery. And command I you know, a pure, a deep person I may know in command me know. Because I've been to hospital and I know how it works. So doctor will pretend or conducting surgery. He needs a peaceful mind. Say be obey me, I carry out a successful surgery. Want me enko create unnecessary tension at hospital. Want me enko create unnecessary tension at hospital. So if you say the victim being asked in the hospital, nurses for no end to me attending to that kind of person now, making sure so be claiming a good report. Then you put those nurses, you put those medical doctors on for Moko, the immediate institution. I was say you conducted that necessary investigation. But any one didn't say obe assault a nurse at a hospital. It is not accepted. You can't go to a hospital and assault a nurse. Senia Yasha Siache Nkrofu Krumhanomono. Rich Hospital demanded immediate arrest of Ralph in the next 48 hours. 48 hours in the the medical doctors and nurses of more Rich Hospital says so manche Rafa on strike. They will not work at Rich Hospital, they will go on strike. Rich Hospital will strike. Or medical doctors and the nurses for release a statement. And per the statement and what they said, they are saying is so manche Rafa, they will go on strike. Now Brantie, Mami video no. nurse ni na Ralph assaulted no mu nurse ni ntie nsema oka ma be sa video no the nurse said something to me hwe na me raho and according to report this nurse is a rotational nurse only a permanent staff of Regional Hospital or your rotational nurse because rotational nurse or the national service
he won't sit down.
About the video no
he was just, he wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him. Ralph.
Okay.
We explained to him. And then he was like, he won't sit down. And my church told him to get a card, a hospital card. He said, why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my church said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him.
Okay.
In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had blood. Okay. The blood had dried.
Okay.
So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him.
Okay.
Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so the patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other he came in. He was just, he wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him. Ralph.
Okay.
We explained to him. And then he was like, he won't sit down. And my church told him to get a card, a hospital card. He said, why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my church said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him.
Okay.
In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had blood. Okay. The blood had dried.
Okay.
So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him.
Okay.
Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so the patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other
So this was the video of the nurse Ralph etimi assaulting no ono yes ono akwahe no my oh my and abrantepa we have video no on the way sit no hwe nurse ni ya bona so mama sabi aka nensa no ya hwe nurse ni na so allegedly just say chama man mali rotational nurse kinchi mali ya man mali no na ohu say like ya bandage no what I say meaning say it wasn't only about the slap allegedly it wasn't only about the slap but then they assaulted the girl assault ni bit me say the guys no so the omunsa keka girl no after say Ralph assaulted girl no which is uncalled for. But they ain't taking the job ababa 1 year. I'm not sure. Say if the Ghana was to be a serious country, a man assaulting a woman, I don't think Senka Europe or the young fast away nurse new Cranton chain. Say Ralph a copy him Europe, a copy him UK, a copy him Italy. I mean Netherlands or US. And wako assault but I'm not sure Senka within the channel. I'm not sure. Send command by now. Yachino. And can you didn't call court bail 2 times? I prepare the bail sentence. Sorry, yeah, I mean, yeah, prepare the jail sentence. But Ghana is not serious because of say ordinary share a third political party PhD. So he feels say he can use that particular political party mandate can or the be or pay which is very, very, very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Hey, that same Ralph Asma make me be video being so the actual. Abrante, my video now last year. The Stop Galamsey demonstration and no more you blocking 37 military hospital. That same RAF could blocky road. And according to several reports, allegedly, there was a pregnant woman. Anna Oko 37 Aquaco delivered, but because of say. Yes. But because of say no more blocky road Nintino. Pregnant woman no. Only drew 37 military hospital. And upon the relative of that pregnant woman, because the pregnant woman in Yabema ebin echo facing or say Ghana cry and moi ewokrumana na owua na eden. Don't share video like
people are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get Africa. What I'll say will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get Africa. What I'll say will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get Africa. What I'll say will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get Africa. What I'll say will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
We're rough. Last year, guy now who video him now, on the rough, that kind of altercation. See, a pregnant woman and mechanism so who okay muno. Pregnant woman no who you know. Ninu ya bema and the facey rough and a rough air catcher and say Ghana no or say moi bukrumwa na owu ana yeden. One would and the reason and nam no reason my catchers they be around. The law of karma. What catch will be so be a boa say owu ana yeden no. Ghana for ye moi bebrebe kwa look moi bebrebe Ghana for ye moi bebrebe ebi wu ana yeden. Ghana for see, Sansam na Raf Ekan no. And then the one who says I am one na or mu krum hanom na be a nurse no. Who need dear would be Ridge Hospital. Etimia who says be would you nipa. It is a buana who say oh no. Onjai emwani bi no me he wu nipa no. Eh? You won sembi wo no ma. See, the government. These are some of the necessary things that the government should take in place. And the government should be serious about this particular issue. He cannot go to the hospital and say he's a political activist and create unnecessary tension in our hospital. Uria, what's also assault a nurse in our Ridge Hospital. As also allow other people, while instigating other people allegedly to beat the girl up. And I heard the state of the girl. Heard the condition of the girl. Heard the condition of the girl. And I don't understand the reason why up to now, Assembly C, I think Monday or Tuesday, and up to now, the government hasn't issued an arrest on Raf. Up to now, Assembly making you issue any arrest on Raf. But here in Microphobia, Matana baby, I can't say, Matana TV, so I can't say. And the government, because of saying him say, science some microphone kind, sabi any intino. Government take arrest to we supported the government because you believe it's a sabi sawotna I mean TV echi and sawotna o microphone echi na sawo kasem bia sabi wonso wo nyansa kakra for nyansa kakra ton in some presenters because kan ye chechi wo no I sat here and I said some no kan ni nyina sabi it was uncalled for and there was here chi wo government ko chi wo it's adent na obi etimi I induce physical action. What taking the law into his own hands? I go into a popular hospital. I'm talking about a reputable hospital. This hospital was built. This hospital was renovated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama when he was in power in 2014. It was renovated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2014-2015. I'm talking about the Ridge Hospital. I'm talking about the Ridge Hospital. That same hospital, the certain president, the current president, Sika Kesi, renovating a hospital, a standard hospital. No, we are having someone now because of his self-parochial interest, something that he wants from the certain government, also a political activist, something that he wants from the government, either contract or any other thing that he wants from the from the government, or say or a political activist. It's yenjano. Now on hospital, one on sebi nyema hunu, in some hunu nyema ehia. Uncle training sa on nurses for so. Uncle cause unnecessary tension at our hospital. Uncle cause noise pollution at our hospital. No on fan hundi free. No, we are on some social media. No somebody defend that bad act now or portray our hospital. No some bra. Embe defending on social media. Ye nyina to chrome hanom. Na ye nyina to chrome hanom. Ni e hwesa ni pakro no. Mr. President, Health Minister, I'm very sure so ko hospital honum ekwo has the scenario of that kind of issue na see here no. The Health Minister watch it. Health Minister watch it. Watch it. The Ridge Hospital no etimi release a statement, and what they are saying is that Omuma, the Health Minister, 48 hours or arrested Raf. 48 hours na esune and then you by 6 p.m. not 48 hours now, so international many abreno. Health Minister, a man same way embe popular, a man same way embe trendy, emo juma oye as Health Minister and embo. Emo juma oye no, e humba asem emma yen you free honum. We are talking about code of conduct, and we are talking about Nyema. And was say, I want to prepare for my name. And you want me to believe, say, it's Ralph Benin and Hosakwa. This is the same guy under Nanado Danko Kufuado. All your demonstration, Omoko blockade 37 military hospital. Emma nipe wuye. Nipa no many serious injuries. Nipa no moko. Maternity ward akwawo. Nipa ni bi wuye. Just at the entrance of 37 military hospital. So here video now also Ghana phone bebrena ye money be one night. This is the same guy. This is the same guy. I am not sure. Same way Bennett, even Bennett an NPP member, Bennett an NDC member, may met na support will be that. There be. We are talking about someone what causes threat to someone's life. And I'm not so opiye. And now on no so into obi ewu. Country be anywhere. What then could they do agro krumano? No Ralph no ya wine. Who is he? Who like Sagan? Who is he? Who is he? Ralph, Charlie, zoom in. Ralph, oh yeah, oh like oh yeah, Unyopia. Or mine that honor. Someone started fighting for started fighting for our freedom. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started it. Some people started fighting for our freedom. It's all they now you know. Right. But Sebi, for nyansa kakra to home. Enye bibia na egidigidi. Enye bibia na sebi. Ode mra be hye obotom. No why ade bia wo se wo ye. Sometimes yeah ade bia fa nyansa kakra fa to home. Asem na esi wo Rich Hospital no. Say even if you were right, kwaya of France ma asem de be currently as you speak. What the for? And it is the same Raf Rafi. And I call blockade the 7 military hospital. I was a Ghana for being me a moa, and one be one eye thing. Say moano, it been a good Rich Hospital no me nurse no. Upra no, bleedy woman, son, no causes I am one eye, her winter children's of a man be bois. And one of them now walk on. What's so moon court no munch children's on her me bois. It's adding now walk thrones, who are for so we panoco thrones of Abwa. Abwa the Sanka Yambuno, who Jan no one now will go in so in Panoyabwa, as in some board on them who said, not being to me part in your pay. It's I am one hour walk almost on all commerce saying. Sometimes no, you take it decision here, and you may be him say in a long while, a bit Mako Ediatia. Yan nim say in a long while, a bit Mako Ediatia because of some sort of association. Be our question a one particular political party, you think you can do whatever that you want. Health Minister, do the necessary thing. Do the necessary thing. Ralph needs to be arrested. 48 hours there now. NNAC.
Say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive to us as well.
So this is the video, and
to all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there, you guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Remonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. John is safe, and
with other two sureties. So Shatawali, it's me that's it. But before say we Shatawali video near the Jumedi Nesino, Mamindo Bibiase, moi mutimi a share, a subscribe, a share, a comment, Maminda Ubibiase. I've seen a lot of comments. It's me Abba Ewa Ahanum way a free Enoch Damwadi and Makai, we so free John Kofo, or some Maestro, and our true fire emojis. And we so free Edward Owusu and Sir Geoffrey, or say the big dawn is on fire. Thank you. When you hear Odonko Michael, and you say the versatile Maestro, yes. Any other messages are 80 me about Mendo Bibiase. Na Yemfa, Jumedi NC Ewo Ahanum Bidin, and the big brother GH, the Maestro. Na me executive producer, yes. The ordinary man who goes and the production I very solid, and production I very solid, because it's been a while, and that Brantipaya success has been that special producer with me producing this particular show. I'm a BBA etimi Akoyi Ediamai. So Monday, Makacho said Monday show no Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays 11:30. Paying na ye dinkomo. What that's not ye dinkomo. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, you be dinkomo. Now was saying come the interview be blown there, but producer say interview into me and break it through. But number Monday, you see a flyer, and then you definitely see the person who will be coming on board. He is a big man in Ashanti region. But I say Ashanti region or more election, delegate election, because no, he is competing for the assistant general secretary within the political party NPP. No Ashanti region, or a lawyer. but need to take a crack because Monday me mad that kind of suspense because Monday but the sandy packets and beba video mu ha need to mediti in komo enti aha ayo political house show with people that GH with a brand fire success as my executive producer ahana me do besi na me bo Monday e be share Shatawale Thanksgiving you hear video no na video ni sepe na wanti yenka na ye dia program this show hu ye akra.
To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Ramonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Dawn is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Ramonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Dawn is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Ramonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Dawn is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you